Hi everybody, we are still in problem set 1.1 and we are now in question 27. And the question is, if we have a 3D space, we have the x direction, we have the y direction, we have the z direction, and we have some vector which we will call I. Okay, this is a vector. Its first component is 1, so in the x component it goes one step, let's say like this, and in the y direction it doesn't go at all, and in the z direction it doesn't go at all, so it's 1 0 0. So this is I. And another vector that we have, let's make it in purple, you'll understand why. It's I plus j, so I plus j is 1 in the x direction, 1 in the y direction. Okay, the first component is x, the second component is y, the third component in the z direction is 0. Okay, so it's 1 right to the right in the positive direction of the x direction, y, I'm sorry, 1 in the positive direction of the y axis, and that's it. Nothing in the 0, not towards us, toward the camera, and not towards the paper. So we're going 1 here and 1 here. This is I plus j. Okay, this is, both of them are vectors. And they ask us what what plane these two vectors fill. So you can see that they fill the xy plane, okay, because they are both in the x and y directions. This I plus j vector means that inside it we have, there was I, okay, and some component here and some component there. We can isolate from it the j vector, which was 0 1 0, okay, which would be even more like obvious that we would have if this was the j component, the j vector, then we would have no second thoughts about this goes here, this goes there. We have all the x and y plane, okay, all this direction, but also all this direction and all. It's like we have all this paper filled in infinitely in every direction, okay, but not towards the camera and not inside into the table, into the paper. And so all the xy plane. But even if we don't isolate j, okay, from I plus j, if we don't do I plus j minus I and get j, we would still understand that this and this I and I plus j gives us all the xy plane to all directions, because it has components in this vector, gives us components in I and in I'm sorry, in x and in y. The I plus j vector gives us components both in the first component and in the second component, and the other the I vector gives us the first component, so we can isolate it. Even if it wasn't that easy, we could isolate only the second component and work with it and fill all this. For example, if we want a point in here, we would take like minus 3y, okay, we would go, I'm just giving an example, if we wanted a point here, okay, so we would take minus 3y's, okay, so it's something like this, and I don't know, 3i plus j's, and we would get here. Or if we wanted something in the bottom, we would take minus I plus j, and we would go in this direction. What we can't do is get the z direction, because the third component is 0 here, and it's also 0 here and here. So we can't go out of the paper. The z direction is blocked for us. Okay, so all the linear combinations, the answer is all the xy plane. The xy plane. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.